just to feel the fire. We gon' turn up in this place and come alive.
Come alive.
I walk a different path, nothing can hold me back. I passed the point of no return, something is calling me. It's in the air that I breathe. Bring me back to life again. Dancing with my fear, burning with desire. We gon' take it to the edge and come alive. Go to hell and back just to feel the fire. We gon' turn up in this place and come alive.
Come alive. Come alive. Come alive. Come alive in the nighttime. Come alive in the nighttime. Come alive in the nighttime.
Come alive.
ESL Pro League is brought to you in part by Intel, Gaming Malta, Mountain Dew Amp Game Fuel, CS Money, MSI, Air Force, GG Bet, and ESEA.
Don't even realize I've already made a path, and I can change it anytime I can.
Welcome back, everybody, to the ESL Pro League. That's right, Season 11 in full force, and now we're going to continue to look at our North American side of things. And when I say we, I mean you at home, myself, and these two Goonies to my right. We've got Harry and Hugo, and these guys are also ready to jump into a little bit of Counter-Strike. Guys, what did you do this morning? What did you do today? Anything cool? Anything exciting?
No, actually, I've had a pretty tilting day. You know, tried to play some Counter-Strike, had some problems.
You didn't even get
spotted, and maybe we're seeing why now. Now he's just got to finish off Naf, who's also on 3 in this round. Oh, the shot's missed. JKS is given a second chance at life here. Swings on out. Naf gets dropped, and JKS makes the 1v2 happen. The dream is real right now for 100 Thieves. They get that pistol round locked in, and they are going to move 1-0 up to kickstart this one.
That's gotta hurt for Naf, man. He spots him. He has JKS looking the wrong way, and I guess just dodged behind the pillar. Missed shot and a missed opportunity for Nasty Naf.
Nasty Naf. Get it done, and that's unfortunate. But don't worry, if CS has taught us anything, armor and pistols are an ingredient for success.
Well, interestingly, actually, Liquid, if I'm not mistaken, because I looked this up earlier, they have a 0% conversion rate in these 4 spy rounds in the second half.
So you're saying the ingredient's a little off for some teams?
Yeah. You know, maybe they're about to turn it around here and now. Considering they've still been able to keep this man advantage up, Liquid have gone ahead and taken that here by winning the fight down in middle. Gratisfaction in the meantime. Him and Jacob have tried to work up towards this A side of the map. That bomb is now rotating up as well on the back of JKS, and Stewie there will find his demise down towards the back of the bomb site. Gratisfaction continuing to look for these gunfights, but it's actually Jacob to beat him to it. And now just Twist and Naf left. This second round 4 spy rate of 0% victory for Team Liquid. Looks like it might just hold up as they are forced to back out of this round.
Yeah, they got a couple of SMGs with armor behind it, and you know, Naf and Twist can drop over pistols. So honestly, this is an okay round for Liquid. They take a couple of kills away, drop some weapons, and have a chance to still do damage in the follow-up eco round. Will be 100 Thieves going off to a 2-0 lead, though. I'm excited to see how much A or B abuse we have in this map so far, right? Because as talked about coming into this game, we constantly just see A set pieces from almost every team. So World Patrol beat Liquid by going for B executes, and you know, as Alij said, he said you know what they did was easy, I guess, but it was the retakes that Liquid weren't able to pick up on those CT sides, so can't afford to be a problem here today on a map that Liquid have shown, you know, a keen aspiration to play, but maybe not the results that stand behind it. 100 Thieves, 2-0 up. Galils and AKs in round number 3, and Liquid with these pistols just looking to make a bit of a mockery of them, but it's slow.
Yeah, I mean, they know there's not very much bought into this round for Liquid, right? So they really don't want to risk giving more away than they have to. They're going to start off slow down here towards the bottom of ramp, waiting to see if anyone maybe oversteps the boundary. And Alij certainly might. He's going to get tagged there trying to cross back. He's going to hide in this little Kirby corner.
I was wondering if you call it that.
That's a good name for it. It does make the most sense.
Yeah, it kind of suits it, right? Because I've never seen someone try and play this as much as Kirby did. And he deserves a spot named after him.
Oh, they're ready for it, though. 100 Thieves making sure all the angles are cleared, and that's good. Because honestly, for me, it's an angle I didn't even know existed until recently, and I play this map a lot, so 100 Thieves just going about their due diligence, taking the A site. Nice grenade to put Stewie down low. Ready to commit. It's a spot for Stewie. It might make Jacob in to go wide, and Naf would love that. He's sitting close in the corner, waiting for the reload. He pushes, and Jacob is so prepared for that fight. He's going to keep 100 Thieves in this round, and one grenade for Twist can go towards a bomb planter, but it's not going to kill anyone at this rate. He'll throw it in. Rebounds nicely for good damage, but it's still a bomb plant hit for 100 Thieves.
Yeah, this should be the third round to follow, right? But trying to retake this site is going to feel horrible, especially with this smoke and Molotov combination still on the back of Liaz. So at this point, it really is just about doing any damage you can. It's none.
Keeping it clean, making that money, and standing 3-0 up. 100 Thieves still running Galils now into the first rifle round of this game. Liquid buying back in. Alij, he was considering the AWP, I think, but he's going to go safely in for the M4. Lots of util behind it. We have kits as well, and that's an important factor here for Liquid in a map where you very commonly see retakes. Or by that logic, saves.
Bit of an exchange down here towards the bottom of B. 100 Thieves looking like they maybe want to try and pick the pace up. JKS gonna take some nade damage there. Trying to respond with a nade of his own, and that's fantastic. Twist gets brought down in the process. They even spot him now maneuvering over to the left side of the bomb site. They turn from that flashbang. There's a second note thrown in from ESL. I like that. They almost look like a bit of a bait flashbang, right? Like you throw the first one really, really wide, they turn away from it, and then when they look back, the second one goes off. Azza trying to play with fire a bit down here in mid, or rather the smoke, but they say there's no smoke without fire. So let's see. Azza still waiting around, looking for this kill, but nothing's going to present itself just yet. They do go ahead and fall back over towards the toolbox, looking like they want to try and split into this B bomb site. Twist and ESL, the two players here to try and hold them back.
Azza's gone from mid, though. They picked him up. They waited around. And, you know, I like the patience from Azza. He almost goes through the smoke to his death, but he hangs around. It still doesn't work out. Twist goes wide for a kill. ESL spraying, and he's got them both on the B site. This time, Liquid don't give it up to 100 Thieves. They hold the line and get there first on the CT side. Very nice spray. Good recovery from ESL, but the money is still there for 100 Thieves. They can buy back in. Flawless anti-eco in the second and the third. Well, just the third, rather. But AKs and Creeks are out. Still no AWP in this game so far. Liquid, they throw these grenades a lot, rebounding them off the top of the crane to land towards the sandbags. No one there yet, though. Rat looking for a one-way. One that ESL uses on the T side very often. Grenades going down. Met with a bit of damage as Liquid wait for 100 Thieves to get close.
Oh, Grass Faction's made some noise. They know that peak was coming in, but he's still able to catch the leash. Nitro's only good for one over here on the A-bomb site. And Liquid, they desperately try and barrel Naf into the problem, but he just goes ahead and becomes part of it. Liaz cuts off the rotation down in mid at 100 Thieves. They're going to take a fourth round now, continuing to build upon this lead over on the T side, and also with the victory coming in the round prior for Liquid. And you know, money not looking fantastic. It does mean that they might just have to eco here in this following round. This could be 100 Thieves really starting to pull ahead early on.
On the replay, the spacing we see there between Jacob and Azza is phenomenal. I think it may have been JKS, actually. They just, you know, go into that A site, neck and neck, right next to each other. Even JKS killing an enemy through his teammate's body and then trading him on top of the site. So good spacing. Jacob, rather, not JKS. But
There's a lot of J's.
Yeah.
Let's see what the game plan is up against the Pistols. Team Liquid, they've gone aggressive into middle, but this is by design from 100 Thieves. They were keeping an eye on that back line. JKS has to bear it in mind here as he goes back to grab the bomb. Actually, that's retrieved by Liaz, but it will just look like it's going to be this A play from 100 Thieves. Can't say I blame them. It's worked for them plenty of times in the past. Gratis Faction continuing to put up numbers here over the A side of the map. And they're not able to put a stop to him. Nitro over on short side, armed with nothing but his deagle and his wits about him. Has a lot of responsibility on his shoulders here. Naf, his teammate, falls within the bomb site. Nitro is still an unknown entity, and they do now know that he's here. He's not able to find Liaz. Gratis Faction's already homed in on the angle, and it's just Twists left. If there ever was around with some deagle heroics, it is now. He takes down the first man. Oh, and another. JKS getting removed, but Liaz there getting the trade, keeps that round in favor of 100 Thieves, stops the deagle in its tracks, and secures the 5-1 lead.
With the exception of Twist almost making things interesting there. Again, 100 Thieves, just really nice trade work, running up on A, stopping, taking those range battles. And I also like the fact that, you know, they change it up depending on what they're playing against. When 100 Thieves take the A site on anti-eco and Liquid have pistols, you see 100 Thieves just don't even throw the smokes. They just hold the lines of sight, they take out the Kriegs, they scope up, out of which they have 5 in this round, and they just wait for Liquid to come to them. winning all the battles as you would expect versus pistols. But now the guns are out for Liquid, and Stewie's got an AWP short side. He was having some trouble on Vertigo yesterday versus World Patrol in this position, not hitting the shots that he usually would. Today, let's hope he's warmed up and ready to go. As that smoke begins to fade, he will be on the chopping block with 3 players behind it. What are you doing? Can he see him there, or is that just gamble? Is that just RNG?
Yeah, it looked like maybe it was just a lineup, because there was even a smoke down at ramp. Like, even if that was something he can peek through. Wow. Okay, that's quite the way to find an opener. Now, Gratisfaction is the man looking for the response. The flash goes over, and they are not ready for someone to be so deep down through short, especially not after Stewie just delivers a kill there moments ago. Not able to land that flick is Stewie. Gratisfaction still inside of this site and still throwing Team Liquid through a bit of a loop. Finally gets put down by NAF. But this is not where the play's looking to end up for 100 Thieves. They've spread out. They've spread their wings and taken flight elsewhere.
Flight to the B site. And Azza, he is running wild and rampant, trying to get into position. Twist doesn't know how deep they've gotten, so he's being very cautious in case they're already inside of the site. Now realizing that's not the case, but they're beginning to get in his face. JKS takes it off with the Krieg, and now it's going to be a 3-on-2. Another B site retake for Liquid, but again, not ready for the depth that Liaz has gotten himself into. Elige in a clutch. He's had good spray down so far, but that is not going to be allowed. Liaz dinked, no problem with a kill, and 100 Thieves 6-1 up. I love the confidence to push just so deep into the site. The second you get that kill in the 3-on-3, you know the B is empty. You know that's the only B player, and so Liaz just takes position and cuts off those rotates. 6-1 up right now. 100 Thieves, no signs of slowing down. So let's have a look at this again. Yeah, he can't see. Oh, there's a tiny, minuscule gap. But even then, I can't even tell. That's we have a huge 30-inch monitor. I cannot tell if he can see him or not. So credit where credit is due. That's a great, great spot.
We're going to have to give that one a check after we get out of here tonight.
Yeah.
You guys compensating for something with this huge 30-inch monitor, or?
Lack of vision.
Yeah, NAF over here in mid. He's been denied a lot of vision with that smoke. And now with the flashbang, his corneas have been burned to a crisp. Azza's going to swing on out and take the advantage here for 100 Thieves. Now Stewie back here on short side. This time no AWP to deliver us heroics. He's got to try and do it with the Deagle. Gratisfaction desperately trying to get himself out of dodge. JKS comes in to help out. Liaz holds his own over in mid in the meantime, and it is just a clean up right now from 100 Thieves. This could be another clean round from them, and that's worrying at this point in time. Liquid have been able to do damage right a good few of these rounds, even you know, with Twist's Deagle antics in the one prior to last. So they've at least been able to keep 100 Thieves having to rebuy every now and again. But here, this flawless round comes in, and you can see the impact it's had. There's so much money available to this T side. Team Liquid, really, like, their chances to turn this game around, well, it's pretty hard, because they're going to be kind of grinding their way to do exactly that, right? They're going to have to win a couple of rounds before 100 Thieves even have to think about taking an eco.
Yeah, it's the same problem Liquid really had yesterday. They had a great T side, and their CT side was just completely lacking on this map, and that can't afford to keep happening, especially not at this level. 7-1 up for 100 Thieves in a fantastic position to keep on keeping on.
Just making up numbers now, I see, Hugo.
I'm getting the numbers here, Trace. It was 90 rounds for Liquid. I thought it was, and they got 2 CT rounds.
That does make 11 at the end of the day, so.
Not great.
Well, here you have it. Rifles back in the hands of Team Liquid. A little bit more of this towing the line that they have to do over here at B. He's gotten all the way out. NAF's going to be holding an angle. After the Molotov goes out, it pushes him out of position, right into the AWP. This has not gone well for 100 Thieves. Just 2 players alive, and Jacob and Elias. Now they know where they are.
Yeah, that's a piece of advice. If you're trying to do that boost at home, don't boost below the window. Boost to the side of it, and then swing in with a peek. Safer than just jumping into what could be an AWP scoped up in that position, and it was, but successful in getting the kill. NAF gets spammed back at the back of B as well. This smoke's fading, and Liaz might be on the chopping block.
I don't know. Liaz has been very, very good with entry kills for 100 Thieves. And, you know, while it's not going to be the first kill of the round, it would be the first kill on the board for this T side in round number 9. So that's what he's looking to try and achieve here. This 3-man hold over towards the B side of the map. Well, now just 2. Liaz, aware that there could be a player inside of the site, does get bested by Nitro. The immediate swing in through the window from Elige helps out massively there, as it allows them to get that kill onto Jacob without the man back at the quad box having to open himself up to the line of fire.
In that awkward 2-on-5, 100 Thieves go quiet, and the intention there is they hope that Liquid are going to over-rotate off, assuming that they've also left the B site. But Stewie, he had an angle on the top. He could see entirely down the bottom of the ramp, and that enabled Liquid in a 5-on-2 to stack 4 players on the B bomb site, knowing they weren't going to lose it in that situation. And that's it's good to see. Second round on the board. The building blocks coming through now for Liquid. 100 Thieves are looking to do some construction work, some demolition up on this A site.
And I must say, that is one slick AWP skin there for Stewie 2K. Now, the only thing that would look better is put a couple frags onto it. Naf's going to be wielding the other AWP. Ooh. And Gratisfaction's going to be waiting in the lobby. Lige is going to go ahead and take him out with a Krieg.
He's tucked. He's in the corner. Jacob looks into a flash. Oh no! He turns around. He dodges it, or at least tries to, and instead looks directly into the light. And that's exactly what you shouldn't do when there's eclipse.
Don't look into the sun.
Don't stare.
There was a guy not too long ago who looked directly into the sun. I don't remember who it was.
What happened?
Just a genius level move, you know?
You kind of get what you pay for there.
Yeah. Or you get it for free.
That's the beautiful thing about the sun, you know, you just can't charge for that. Not yet, anyway. I've been working on it. I've been trying to tokenize my sun engagement, but...
Well, 1v5 with just Liaz. He does have a Krieg, and he has nowhere to go except for into the crosshair of Stewie 2K's AWP. That's a good round for young Stewart, and an even better round for Team Liquid. They put up a 3rd on the board.
It's a good idea, Harry, really. Shame my son hasn't talked to me in years, but what can you do?
Yeah.
Are you guys okay?
Not really.
Nah, ever since our son moved in with me, Hugo's just have been traumatized. But 3-7 right now. We'll steer away from this for the time being, Hugo.
Please do.
As the double AWPs right now are looking good over on the Liquid side. Naf delivering 7-7 top of the charts. Want to see a bit more from this man, though. We know he's got these monumental... Oh, dear. Hang on a moment. Yeah, now they know.
I wonder where he is.
Yeah. Oh, the flashes are good. And Nitro is free, baby. He gets out from behind the sandbags. He runs away. And that's thanks to his teammates back in the bomb site. They've gotten him out of danger there. And now for Azza, right, the scary thing is like there's a world in which there can still be a player here. So you've had to expel another Molotov to clear out the sandbags. And, you know, I mean, it's not going to make like a world of difference to 100 Thieves, but this is all time. This is all utility taken away from the actual game plan here for this T side.
Now. Go through the fire and flames. It is Stewie 2K staying alive with the AWP. A little bit more damage done to himself, but he's going to be right up here in the thick of it, right next to the smoke, in which Gratisfaction's going to be trying to plan in. He's going to get this bomb down from the looks of it. And Grat takes a lot of damage, still successfully gets the bomb down in a 5-on-5 scenario. Liquid have to look at the retake here, and this could be rather violent.
Yeah, this double setup is great, but look at the Molotovs. Liquid have 2 of them to dispel, or expel. Rather, one of them, or both of them going out. One pushes the molly into the sandbags, and Azza has to go wide. He's been traded. It's down to 3, but Jacob's holding his own on the short side. JKS coming up with a spray, and Elige is running for the hills. He wants his Krieg, and he won't get kills. It's an 8th round for 100 Thieves. We got Trace on the telestrator. You got some things to show us, Trace.
Got something very simple right here. We actually had a look at it a few rounds ago. It was Azzer that found his way up in through middle. Right now, he wasn't alone. Obviously, Nitro finds his way this way. Now, the key ingredient here that we were talking about earlier is a smoke. that sort of divides the sites up, divides the rotations up. Now, meanwhile, while Azur's running around in middle, trying to gain control, the rest of the Thieves are making their way into the B site. What he's able to do here is either go through the smoke, through CT spawn, or cut off a rotation of Nitro and the rest of the company. This was a very key position for Azur to hold, and ultimately a round that went pretty well for the Thieves.
Thank you very much, Trace. We're straight back into the action. Time to perfection as the fast A ramp play comes through, but not to great avail. Not for the side of 100 Thieves, at least. Liquid trying to get back on the board. The flash out for Stewie, and he hides back behind the sandbags. Oh dear, it's falling apart. Grat gets a kill, but it's still all on JKS. A 1v4, they're pushing him in the face, and Liquid do not wait for 100 Thieves to come. They force the engagements. I like that. Heavy control towards that A site. Good read of the situation. Of course, footsteps below A, that could be heard pretty easily.
You are correct. 8-4. Liquid off not to the swimming start that we asked them about. But we're here nonetheless.
Yeah, that previous round's going to send a pretty strong message, though, to 100 Thieves, and that's that they can't just rely on getting this ramp area every single round. Gratisfaction clearly wasn't feeling too worried about it and just didn't get the memo that ramp is closed for the time being. He's still here, looking to go blow for blow with Stewie 2K. Oh, smoke's going to fade. Stewie going to miss the shot. This is again? He can't hit them when he can see them. That's the thing with Stewie. He's like an inverse T-Rex.
Just close your eyes and hope for the best.
Naf locking down mid in the meantime. This double AWP continuing to deliver here for Team Liquid. 100 Thieves, they've been a bit stuck and finding this in the opposition's hands. Now towards mid they go. And now actually back from mid, they actually know. Out towards mid they go. Boosting up Liaz.
But I like what Liquid have done here, right? They get the advantage and they just give it up. They go mid isn't important. It's not on this map. You don't have to fight so heavily for it. And instead they can just run this crossfire and play for the information, stall out the time. That of which there isn't much left, 30 seconds. And Liaz has got to go to the position that we've seen Azur in the past, up top middle. Instead it's looking like a B play. He's going to come back to the window. JKS setting up utility. Liquid, they got 3 players inside of the site. They're not falling for this one again, and they should be able to hold the line with minimal casualties.
And once again, this is thanks to Stewie's advanced position down towards the ramp. He's scoped up, he's looking in, he's clearing this side of the map. 10 seconds and 100 Thieves, I think they're just saving here. They're bowing out of the round. They're going to give Team Liquid a 5th. And it's 5 players staying alive now for the Team Liquid side. These gradual improvements starting to mount up.
Yeah, money being made as a result. And 100 Thieves, right? They're giving a few away on the CT side to Liquid, that of which they typically have struggled with. Unfortunate save considering Azur gets away with the UMP. I think they realized that B was going to be stacked there. And so a safe bet not to commit to it once again. Lowest utility damage on Vertigo for 100 Thieves, which is a bit of a surprise considering some of the stats you had in that pre-match, Harry. But of course, I think, you know, Justin made a good point when he said, you know, they haven't played Inferno, haven't played Train. There's a high utility damage maps. And of course, 100 Thieves have yet to lose a series here in the Pro League. Will this be their first?
Well, they would beg to differ. This A plate speeding up, and Stewie needs to hit a shot. He needs to hit it now. They come from Catwalk, and he's almost in with the flick, but not quite. Everyone on 100 Thieves tagged up here in this site offensive, but not really enough to find the kills. And even as Elige does get deal with that one man, trying to come in on the retake, JKS just dekes him through the smoke. Doesn't even see him there when that kill comes in. It's a 9th round on the board for 100 Thieves. And now as we head into the last round of this first half, the investment comes back in for Team Liquid. This is where, you know, that round prior to this one, where they keep 5 players alive over on the CT side, really is invaluable here to Liquid, right? They're allowed to get a full buy on the back of it. It's missing the double AWP, but that's not the end of the world, right? They've still got Stewie with that in his back pocket. JKS going to try and pick up the pace down here towards the bottom of ramp. And this might be a much faster play in towards the B-bomb site. They're already picking up the pace. They're trying to catch Team Liquid off guard, and Liaz there doming twists on the entry.
Yeah, it's a big kill, and there was only one man inside of B. Napper's coming on rotation, but he's already smoked off out of the site. Can't get past the Gen's low ammo. Molly pushes him, and he gets a dink, but that's not enough at this point. JKS is lining up kill after kill on the Krieg, and 100 Thieves looking for double digits at the end of the first half. Will there be any way for Liquid to stop them? Two players, Legion, Stewie, and still even that mid lurk that Trace identified earlier on. Azza just being a nuisance in this position. He's going to smoke it off. He's going to waste some time. Stewie hits a nice flick, but is it meaningless? It's a second, maybe, just maybe, but the time is ticking. The Molotovs are flying in, and 100 Thieves are tucked in now, not giving him a chance.
Yeah, Stewie's going to close his eyes shut as he tries to win this 1v3. Pushing on up. All these crossfires, though, yeah, this round's dead to rights. There's no way he can take a fight and not get peaked by at least 2. So a 10 the individuals to actually build that up for Team Liquid.
And boy, do they have individuals in high supply. 5 of them. Keen fraggers on this T side as they get up towards A once again. As they're throwing in the short side smoke, or the crane side smoke rather. Would have to be wary of aggression with the pistols. As gets chunked by a nade. Certainly not how he wanted to start off the round. Oh, good spam. Elige taking down JKS as well. That's one of the pistols gone in this round for 100 Thieves, and Elige isn't done with one. He's going to keep moving forward. Flash up to allow him to peek into the site. As they're holding a line, very passive with the Krieg here. Elige moving up. The smokes over the site should allow a bomb plant spam. Will it connect? It gets close. Azza got to be careful. Playing with fire here. There's a player on top, and he does spot him. Stewie dead. Bomb plant attempted, and no one going to spam. No one going to stop it as Liquid get out of dodge in a 4-on-4 post plant. This should be their round every time.
Yeah, they don't have any of these smokes to re-smoke these choke points, though, so there will be some sight lines open to 100 Thieves pretty quickly here. I imagine these two Krieg players aren't really going to stick around for too long, and we already see those two exiting. So Jacob is left inside of the bomb site to try and maximize the damage for 100 Thieves in this round. Now, whether or not he's able to find anything, that is a completely different matter. Oh, hit the dink!
So close.
Nitro's dead to bomb. Nothing you can do. Pretty sure, pretty sure, pretty sure. Oh!
Go back! Run! Where's the
gone?
gun? Oh,
No!
God, it went down there.
got it,
He got it.
He's got it.
Very long, very thin hands on Nitro.
Why'd he even throw the
down
gun at that point?
I don't know.
I guess maybe so he doesn't die and it flies off the map, but they all had weapons, so... You know, I think he thought he was dead as well, to be honest. Very close. Take it. Another confident round with lots of players surviving here for Liquid. Now they can continue to streak together T rounds, 2 in a row in this half. With a buyback for 100 Thieves, they've been saving heavily with these Kriegs, and they've dropped over an AWP for Grat as well. Jacob taking an aggressive fight early on, looking for what was so good to him on that pistol round, but it's not going to have the same effect. Liquid taking their time, throwing a boost up, and holding behind this smoke.
JKS is looking for that angle. He found it too. Did you see that?
Yeah.
Now, JKS has done it with M4. So definitely,
just Stewie.
Yeah, definitely not a timing sort of scenario. Have to investigate that as well. Perhaps at the end of the round, we could get the observer to head over there and take a look.
It looks like a pixel gap you see between like the 2 bits of tarp. It looks like, you know, you can spot outlines of movement. You can't see what exactly you're seeing, but you know, if something changes as a player behind you. And yeah, just a spam there for JK. Just getting the angle perfect. It puts Nitro down to 3. Got to avoid those bombs now, mate. It's been given the AWP at least.
All right.
Okay, if I'm Elige, I am raging. I am Alt F4ing out of this one. Nitro gets dropped down at the ramp, and this round has spiraled out of control in a matter of seconds for Team Liquid.
Yeah.
100 Thieves just group up, and this is something that they do really well, man. They just play like this kind of numbers game CS. They love to take these duels, they love to take these fights, and they will just throw a bunch of men at the problem, and unsurprisingly, a lot of the time, that fixes it here. Naf, 1v4, a lot of work to do in just 20 seconds. He's looking to try and hold on to the Krieg. Now, should be able to get away with it. Only man who looked like he was considering going on the hump was JKS, but he actually left the forward position at ramp. So this will just be the save. 14-7. The stakes are high, and holding on to this Krieg is huge. It allows Naf to drop over the twist. And as we can see, would not have any cash to invest in this round now.
Oh, here we go. Moment of truth. Yeah, yeah, look at that. You can see the light change.
Go
up.
Try
There
to
we
go through it, yeah.
Oh, okay, so that's another example.
So
of
we
one.
can figure out boost for this
A
one.
little too high up.
Throwing that into
Go to the one below it.
Yeah. There it is.
There we go.
Just a slither of a crack right there, but that is certainly a viable option, and it's obviously working in this matchup. Something for you to take into your match makes it home, or better yet, your ESEA pucks.
Yeah, free to play your placements while the Pro League is going on. So head over to play.esea.net, download the client, give it a go. Maybe you'll play against us. We've been really grinding it in the Lanshan House as of late.
In the game.
Yeah.
Something that's a little bit worrying is it's like the same 3 names that look like they're struggling a little bit for Liquid in this matchup as did yesterday in that Swole Patrol game, right? It was Naf and Elige having to deliver the bulk of the work. It felt like Twist, Nitro, and Stewie struggled a bit. Stewie didn't look like he was off to like a crazy hot start, right? Like he missed a couple of AWP shots maybe he should have had. I think a lot of this is going to hinge on a player like him starting to find their footing once again and deliver some of the big performances we're used to. He's going to try and entry up here on the ramp. He is coming up against this AWP of Gratisfaction on the other side. God, listen to all these Kriegs. It's gross.
It's the noise I hear in my nightmares.
Krieg just sounds too wet for some reason. Don't know why that is. JKS.
Moist almost.
Yeah, he would love a bit of moisture here as he's roasting, toasting in the flames. Twist goes in with that kill, and now the man advantage taken for Team Liquid. Gratisfaction tries to deny the bomb plant, and not quite. 3 on 4 now in the post plant. No smokes apart from that one on Elige here for Team Liquid. They'll throw that in to try and cut down one of these choke points, and 100 Thieves, they're just bowing out. They don't even want to attempt this. They're going to give another round over to Liquid. 8 now on the board. This gap between the 2 teams narrowing somewhat.
This is honestly such a I say such a smart play. This is the play for 100 Thieves. You've got 2 Kriegs. They have been so good to you on the CT side, and you're so far ahead of Liquid. Combined with the fact that you have no utility to go for that retake and you're down a man, you would have probably lost everything and everyone. So a safe bet, and they've got the breathing room to do so, giving away 8 rounds to Liquid. Not a worry yet for 100 Thieves. They're not even considering the comeback right now. As long as they can find a couple of odd-placed rounds here and there, they will be moving forward to Mirage, the pick of Liquid in this series. A team winning their map pick, can you believe it?
Weirdest phenomenon. Rarely does it happen.
Never seen it before.
At least in 2020, that has been sort of the case. Let's get back into it. Weapons back out on both sides. Double op there for the side of 100 Thieves. It's going to be Grat that's going to go for an early pick. I bet he uses this angle. Maybe. Holding for a smoke push, though. He will be set up for that. Well, I guess on the other side, no one is really going to be expecting a little bit of Kriegs through the smoke. Stewie, the big opener right there.
Yeah, looking for another. Reads that Jacob might be here. Stewie going to deliver 2 entries here to Team Liquid. We're starting to see him find his footing now. And this could be where this starts to turn around for Team Liquid.
Look at what he's looking at. Look at that. He's staring at the gap. He knows. He's on both sides. He's playing both sides, so he always comes out on top. And that is the key.
Let's see if this A site is going to be always sunny for Liquid, because it's been pretty lights out thus far over here towards A. JKS going to line up.
Nice
pretty stellar, yeah.
Clipping, man, clipping.
One of my favorite ones.
Yeah. Hey, Future Bros.
Hey, Future Bros.
That was actually pretty good.
Hey, Future Bros.
Let's see, JKS. Hidden in this smoke, ducked down, his legs sticking out. Nitro, yeah. Oh
nice
dear,
try.
the smoke falling just a little too shallow to conceal him.
Run. Yeah, Naf's trying to lurk out B after the bomb plant goes down. Nice try. It is being watched. Azza misses the timing, and now he's surely dead here. Get ahead of him. If only he was holding that angle, he would know. Now Liaz alone on B, trying to hold on to the AWP. Nice shot, second kill for him. He is being flanked though. There's a man coming in from the lower site. It's Nitro getting jiggled on, getting his time wasted. And this is great stalling by Liquid, not losing a fight as Nitro comes in on the back line. Free AWP gifted to the likes of Liquid. They won't take it though. They'll keep the Kriegs as they get on 9.
So, now would be the appropriate time to unveil something to all of you viewers out there, all 70,000 of you watching on Twitch, and wherever you may find yourself watching this game. Perhaps you're just sitting on the sofa, but that's probably the best place for you to go ahead and use hashtag ESL mailbag to get some questions in for our special guest. Now, we will be featuring a special guest in between maps, and he will help us to break this all down. I don't know if I should tell them who it is. What do you think?
Maybe we give like a hint, and that can be a part of it.
Okay. It rhymes with Emphas. But if you can figure that out, you may just unlock that special question that gets played or shown live on air and ultimately asked to this anonymous special guest. And for the time being, again, that is hashtag ESL mailbag, M-A-I-L.
And it rhymes with what, sorry?
It rhymes with Emphas.
I know who we've got on there, Fallen. Yeah.
Yeah. Sure, man. Sounds good.
Yeah, 14-9. Counter-Strike time. As this pause draws to a close, we get into this second round. And now, 100 Thieves taking a US Air Force tactical timeout to try and mull this one over a little bit and try and figure out exactly what is going wrong. Not going to have ramifications into this round, you would imagine. This looks like it might just be 5-man stack over towards ramp to try and do some damage with these pistols. Stewie was looking for a confidence booster. He was able to get 3 in that round prior over here towards the A-bomb site. Well, this time, his cup runneth over with choices of players to frag. There's 1, there's 2, but no more for Stewie 2K. He lives up to his name, and that there is all they could have asked of him.
Oh, the things are coming through. It could get saucy as finding one. He's traded. Jacob gets another with the USP. That should be good to hold his own. Somehow gets them both.
Yeah, that last bullet there on JKS is ridiculous. But, you know, what can you say? Craziness. Liquid are starting to get back into this game. Again, though, 100 Thieves just about to cross the finish line here.
Yeah, this is getting a little worrying for 100 Thieves, right? Liquid starting to put things together. 5 rounds on this T side so far, paling to the 4 of 100 Thieves. And now guns are back out. Another chance to strike back for the Aussies. Oh. Don't be deceived, it's not JKS getting that kill. Jacob does the damage with Gratisfaction's flashbang finding an assist. The lead just gone early on in this round. And I like how 100 Thieves, they don't fall back, they are continuing to fight. It's very dangerous on ramp, but the reason it's good right now is because Liquid are actually hitting B, so 100 Thieves should be able to work this one out pretty soon. We've got a rotation to come assist Liaz, as it is here in time. And so even though Liquid going in for a 4-2 execute, there should be casualties along the way.
One of them being that of Nat, who's taking out my twist. And the Krieg, again, the gift that keeps on giving. Can't get enough kills of the opposing team, so you can find them on your own. 3 versus 3. Will the Thieves go for this?
Surely, this is a great position for them. The issue is lack of kit. There might be one on the site, but I didn't actually catch onto that. JK won't expect another player here, but he does. JK checks it as Jacob drops a man on the stairwell. Stewie sitting in the fire and roasting as 100 Thieves take 15 rounds. That was a very fast retake from them. Not giving Team Liquid the time to establish any other crossfires.
And it's so nice of Team Liquid to sort of donate and kind of give these Kriegs over to the 100 Thieves.
I'm sure they're very
nice
grateful, yeah.
Very nice.
Yeah, it is worrying, right? And for those who maybe haven't caught some of our EU games, you know, we've had teams like Astralis, best team in Denmark and in the world, you know, according to many, not buying the Krieg, despite it being so good. They have been holding out on buying it until the last round of the half-or map. And that enables the opposition to not pick it up because, you know, many people will say the gun is far stronger on CT side. If you're holding an angle, if you know where they're coming, if you've got a choke point, you're going to hit that headshot. It's pretty easy. So 100 Thieves have been gifted the Kriegs and they're making good work with them. One more round separates them from a victory on their map pick. Liquid have to do a 5-round comeback to bring us to overtime, and then it's only just starting.
Yeah, this battle is not going to be uphill. It is just straight vertical here for Team Liquid. But
Nice.
Can they scale to the new heights of Vertigo to pull this one back? 5 rounds in a row needed. 100 Thieves back in with this ramp aggression. Stewie lying in wait on the other side. This time downgraded to a Galil due to the money situation over on the Liquid side. Nitro playing anti-flash over here in the corner. I was worried he crashed for a moment, but no, he is just anti-flashing. He turned back a moment ago.
Lining up that lead smoke potentially. Yeah, there it is. Going down towards short. The flashes are so good. How on earth is JKS alive? He should certainly not be. Down to 1. Gonna have to retreat. Grat given a chance to shine, but yeah, also falling off. Ooh, hello. Hello indeed. Bit of a boost up. Jacob going above. Will he go beyond?
Perhaps. Pretty sweet little perch he's got himself there, too. It could be the difference maker in getting this last round for the 100 Thieves before we switch over to Mirage.
Ooh. He wants him to go short, but Liquid have no interest in taking that position. Just sitting below him on ramp right now. They will eventually send players up into the back lines, and he should be able to get at least a kill before he falls off. But the question is, will they overwhelm him after he gets said kill? Well, they're just going to drop it off and try and take the fights, but already Liquid are inside of the site. Stewie dropping 2, not expecting the third, but the reaction is there, and he's down to 1, but it doesn't matter. This is a Liquid round through and through.
That it is. Hazard and Liaz are going to just go ahead and run back into B, save these weapons. Great play there from young Stewart 2K. 1 HP to his name, but also 3 kills. And he did it all with the Galil.
And that's the thing, you know, now this is a Liquid I could see taking this to 3 maps because we've got the necessary players starting to step up. You know, Stewie, I feel like, was maybe the missing piece of the puzzle. He delivers 3 entry kills in this round, and this isn't the first time he's done that over towards the A bomb site. Off the top of my head, I want to say this is his 2nd 3K over towards A, and his like 3rd or 4th multi-kill round there. So he is having one hell of a time over here, finding these entries at the A side of the map. For a man that didn't look too hot coming into this series, he's certainly warmed up into this game, and that maybe sets a bit of a worrying tone for 100 Thieves. Galil fans around the world rejoicing there. All 12 of them as Stewie delivers those 3 kills on the back of it.
Yeah, and he was never really like a classic, you know, nerdy computer kid. He was the first one with a girlfriend. I'm kidding.
Oh, God.
Somebody had to say it.
Yeah.
I just went ahead and I did it.
Oh, look at this flank. Jacob now has the bomb. But somehow, someway, Twist seemed like he was ready. He's still going to get dinked in that fight, but this is where Naf just comes in. Big Daddy Naf protects the rest of his squad. He is the shepherd of this flock, and he is going to lead them in towards the A-bomb site.
And like lambs to the slaughter, 100 Thieves, all they can do is sit back and wait. Gun on Azza, one chance to do something, but Grat and JKS are not so well endowed. The flank is going to be covered as well, and Grat won't commit to it. He'll get a gun, but this should be his demise, and there it is. Azza's gone as well on the site. JKS grabs a gun, but maybe he should have run. It's going to be another flawless one for Liquid. And yeah, now we're at a point where 100 Thieves, I mean, obviously money doesn't matter when you're up against 15 anyway, but now Liquid obviously never going to have a problem with money. They need 3 rounds, and that's looking attainable. It's looking achievable. Especially with this buy from 100 Thieves coming through, you know, they've got to invest here, but they actually haven't got as much as they would like. No AWP, they're going to lack the kits. Grat's on a FAMAS as well. It's just not the buy you want around 28, but you've got to make do with what you have as 100 Thieves look once again to stop Liquid in their tracks.
Yeah, this was getting a little close here. 100 Thieves have to be thinking about this one a little bit more delicately. JKS trying to get some spam there through the scaffold, but no one's going to be on the receiving end.
Oh, Nitro. I was going to say, any more left in him? Surely not. And no, the answer was no. Gratisfaction and JKS. Oh, they turn this in favor of 100 Thieves, but albeit just for a moment there. Spamming through the smoke, JKS gives up his position. And being tagged out at 20 points of health, it's an easy mop-up for Twists. Now we're going to start to creep in towards A. Azza is not hidden on the sandbags. Gratisfaction low on HP over here, a short side, not able to win that fight. Molotov goes in. Azza roasting. Twist actually hears the tick. They were about to look away from the sandbags. That there was just in the nick of time. A 13th round for Team Liquid. 2 now between them and 100 Thieves.
And it's going to be all down on that final rifle round, all down on round 30, because 100 Thieves, they've got to take an eco, they've got to take a breather and let Liquid get close if they weren't already, and they certainly are. These A-side executes have been perfect from Liquid. Coming back to that next rifle round, what would be nice to see 100 Thieves do is try and hold on to some of this utility, take that early A fight, fall back into a passive setup, and try and play retake. We've seen some great A retakes in the EU region of Pro League so far. NIP had, you know, a triple smoke setup to get them back into the site to defuse. Something like that would be nice for 100 Thieves, assuming, of course, they could go back towards A, which has been their bread and butter so far this half. But if there was any time to throw in a curveball, it would be round 30. That's the risk-reward you play with at this level. 5-on-3, though, this should be a liquid round, just waiting for them to go about their business.
Yeah, it's going to be the next round they're looking forward to the most. As you're saying, them getting rifles. Maybe they've got a trick up their sleeve. Or maybe it's not 100T, it's 10OT.
All the rounds, Trace.
Yes, sir.
And more.
And I mean, here's something that's a bit of a shame, right? That flank from Jacob, and I think it was Liaz in the last force buy that we saw from 100 Thieves could have had a hell of a lot of impact, right? And I feel like it was something that Liquid weren't really keeping an eye on. But now, because they threw it in that round, they have had a man watching for this wrap every single time. It wouldn't surprise me if we see 100 Thieves try and throw a man to come in on this big flank. The alternative to that is you do just stack a very, very heavy presence over here towards A and leave that B bomb site a little less protected. Kind of curious to see what 100 Thieves want to try and do in this round. And the US Air Force tactical timeout called in for Team Liquid. Aptly so, because it all comes down to this one. You know, if they lose this, it doesn't matter how close they were able to get this game. It doesn't matter how long they were able to kind of tough it out and make it look doable. Because ultimately, they would be falling at the final hurdle, and it would leave 100 Thieves 1-0 up in this series.
So close, yet so far for Team Liquid. They've come so far, and losing it here would not feel good. But on the other side of it, this would be the map pick of Liquid here going into Mirage.
You got to wonder why the heads are for 100 Thieves right now. They were 13-5 up on this map. They had this under lock and key. Liquid have put together a hell of a T-side comeback. Will it all be in vain, though, Trace? We'll have to wait and see. The AWP's out for Grat. None for Liquid, sorry. They're going back towards this A site. Spread up around the map, though, early on, and 100 Thieves look to get aggressive. JKS has been the point man here on the CT side in finding early kills, but he is being spammed. They're ready for this position. Ooh. Ooh.
This is awkward.
Ooh.
Yes. Molotovs are going to force them back. They're going to use them early on here for them. Still a minute over left on the clock. You just tell the amount of nades just dumped into this former forklift room.
Oh dear. Is it all going to fall apart? The kills come through. JKS is still
like
here.
this.
He's got support from the AWP. Twist in the corner, switches to the nade. He gets away with a frag. That is huge for Twist. Is it going to be enough, though? 2-on-3. The AWP is still fighting Grat. Could just fall safely back into the site and keep the advantage. That would be the play to make here, but he's going to hang around. He might get punished for it. Flash actually blinds Twist there from NAF, so he has to hold off in this re-aggression. Oh, Azza, he looks the wrong way at the wrong time. 2 for 1, taking him down. Grat still fighting on the ramp, and 100 Thieves have gifted this one back to the hands of Liquid. Overtime, yes, unless Liaz can get 2.
Oh, and he catches the timing, but it's not good enough. We're heading to OT. 100 Thieves, they had the advantage. They had Team Liquid right where they wanted them. And then maybe a bit of an overzealous decision to try and end it here and now. Well, that's going to come back to punish 100 Thieves. We're heading to overtime.
Yeah, they had so many great times, so many opportunities to fall back into an A-side setup. And I understand, you know, Liquid have utility to execute, but playing retake in a 3-on-2 with a flank or even with a triple A setup and just coming out through the smokes together is far safer than taking those gunfights when Liquid are just holding the ramp. Being said, 100 Thieves, they've got to wipe it off. They've got to forget about it and move on. Fast ramp fight, Stewie getting dinked. A naked end his career, and it will. Dead at the bottom of the ramp. We'll just practice some yoga on the way out. That's a big kill for 100 Thieves to start off with. Do they know where the limits are, though? Do they know when to stop? They just won't.
Yeah, there's no limits, apparently. But maybe Elige is looking to put some in place. There's one. Ooh, and another. Jacob gets caught by the flick. Gratisfaction. We know he loves taking these fights, and we know he loves giving them up as well. 3 kills go the way of Elige. A bit of an overzealous ramp hold here from 100 Thieves. Once again, they have the man advantages high in supply, and now they've given this 3v2 over to Team Liquid.
It's just, you know, they're just giving away rounds, Harry. It's a 5-on-3. They have ramp. The smokes are down. They have a chance where, you know, if someone just makes it cool, all right, let's give it up. Let's back off. Let's just go to site and play for the bomb. They're in a great position, but instead Liquid take over B after Elige gets 3 A kills, and 100 Thieves are set up in the wrong place because, well, why wouldn't they be? Elige just got 3 A kills, and now, you know, you got to go for it. It's MR3, it's 16K, you've got money regardless, but good luck getting past Naf here. He should have them both. There's one, second player's low, Azza coming in late, and he is done as well. 16 rounds, Liquid do not stop on this T side. If they can go 3-0, they are in a fantastic position right now, and with how things are turning out, it looks like 100 Thieves. They might be going down on the CT side unless they know when to stop. Because that's the thing. The early ramp fights, excellent. Their utility, great. They're throwing Molotovs down ramp. They're really making things hard for Liquid. Stewie gets naded. The AWP is finding angles here for Grat. He's hitting shots. It's just knowing when the right time to stop.
Well, once you pop that first flashbang, you just don't stop, is what they say, Harry. We look at this round, and we currently see Liquid back in a driving force here. 16-15. Is this the beginning of the end, Mr. Russell?
I mean, it certainly could be, right? With this ramp area, the other thing that's just been a little bit worrying is once they get these advantages, the duels that they're taking on like the 1 or 2 players that are left aren't even like ones that can be traded. They keep just offering up these 1v1 fights. In this round,
nice.
There we go, man advantage taken. They've swapped it back on its head, and this time they do get the hell out of there. They know that they're pretty lucky to have turned this around from a 5-on-4 into a 4-on-3 very, very quickly. And so they're not keen on letting 100 Thieves turn. I'm Elige looking under the one-way. Jacob's watching as well, and Elige is just homed on in. Oh dear. 3-on-3, Gratisfaction still hanging around over towards short side. Can he offer anything up with this AWP?
I still see that one-way giving T's more gunfights than CT's. You know, it does, of course, make the T's hesitate with coming up on top of the site because their legs are going to be shown once they get on top of the rail, but that headshot angle is so good for the Green. And Elige is just on another one today. 3 kills in this site. It's going to be Liaz alone, 1-on-3. Time. But yeah, no, that's good. I would love to hear from, you know, from the mouth of the horse on why that smoke is so prolific in the pro scene, because so often T's get kills from it. But, you know, what it is good at is if you're on this top rail, if you climb up on the sandbag's headshot angle and you try and peek the site, you're not able to, right? That smoke's in your face. Your legs get shown first by anyone at the back of the CT. So there are, you know, reasons why you should use it, for sure.
Well, we don't have talking horses, but we might have 3 blind mice as Team Liquid throw that flashbang in, and they try and pop out on the back of it. Elige with the spray transfer, and oh dear, this A bomb site now has just been torn open again, and it's Elige opening it up. Go on, bud. There it is, number 4. Elige is on for the ace, and Liaz, the last man left standing in the 1v5. I don't fancy his odds in this one. Elige is looking for it, but Nitro, being the kind gentleman he is, steals the ace away.
That's what good friends do. They'll finish the round out for you because you know what's more important than the ace?
The win.
Yes, getting the dub. And that's what Liquid look to be doing here, not to be confused with Loquid, because they're not currently that. Yeah, they're probably back. 10-5 at half, and now pushing this one to potentially the last round.
Reminder for those who just joined us as well, Trace, this was 13-5 for 100 Thieves. They had this, you know, almost done. And a lot of A-side rounds for Liquid on the T side turned successfully. Now remember, the CT side was a bit of a problem for Liquid, and it can't afford to be so now. They've got 3 chances to get 1 round, and the spray for Elise this time not there. The AWP follows up. It is a pandemonium. Battles left and right, up and down, back and forth. And Nitro will get traded into the 2-on-2. Bomb can be taken anywhere 100 Thieves please. They don't have to commit into the A side.
Yeah, but they still look like they might commit to this one. NAF here gives up ground, buys time for Twist to come on in. And it will be this 2-on-2 retake. You're bang on though, Hugo. Felt like 100 Thieves had this in the bag. But now, there's an unexpected item in the bagging area, and it's Team Liquid. They just might be about to run away with this one. Unless JKS and Azza, a duo old as time itself, has anything to say about it. Smoke goes down on the bomb. Naf, primed and ready.
No.
Shot misses. They tap it to try and force the peak. Missed shots all around, and Twist not able to stick it. They will overwhelm the defense of Team Liquid there as all the fights get taken by 100 Thieves. 16 to 18 now. They need 2 more to take us to a double overtime.
Yeah, that was a great post-plant for 100 Thieves, right? Just set up on the ramp, knowing they can double peek together. The AWP has to get a kill in the first bullet. Otherwise, you know, they're just going to lose a player on the defuse, and Liquid aren't able to stick it as a result. The flash is good, and the retake unsuccessful. 18 to 16. If there was any game that was going more than 1 OT, Trace, this would be it. 100 Thieves, their T side was great. Liquid CT side wasn't. And we've had that vice versa all game long. So another fast A approach here as they're getting blinded. The AWP is in the hands of Stewie. He's waiting in the wings. Snap got a second AWP as well. Getting blocked. Got to be careful. And Nitro gets killed in that block. Unfortunate start to the round, but Naf will make up for it with a kill. Doubling down as well if he commits. I love the confidence, but not going to stand in the site for much longer. 100 Thieves have actually made their way up short. The bomb is here and ready to plant.
Naf's being such a menace, darting back and forth in the connector. He puts his left foot in, takes his right foot out. Might just do the hokey pokey and shake this one all about, because he's in with 3 kills in this round. Really had to shoehorn that in. Azra and JKS to try and hold on, but they are getting torn limb from limb. JKS, the last man in this 1v2, has a lot of work to do and just under a minute to do it in. Naf and Twists on the other side, and they are not giving up anything right now.
No, they are not, are they, Harry? AWP there on Naf. Real nasty individual, very dirty dude. And we're going to see if they can put it close here, the 100 Thieves on Vertigo, before we switch over to Mirage. Here comes JKS. Young Savage. He's got to plant this bomb. Just under 30 seconds left on the clock. And while he does grab the bomb, it is Liquid that are just waiting to pounce, waiting to jump on their prey. You can tell right there that this could start to spiral out of a control. If he gets 1 kill, that does pose a little bit of a problem, but no problems there for Twist. And what we do see is the conclusion of the first map of play here in this best of 3. Vertigo, at the end of the day, going Team Liquid 19-16, sets us up for Mirage next, and we're going to be talking about that with a very special guest that rhymes with Memphis when we come back.
I know I sound crazy to the ones who said oh. I know I am proud though to dream like me. And you say you wanna be somebody.
Between the strobe lights, I'm haunted. Black face, hey, follow me around, okay, black face, hey, follow me around, okay, used to want it bad, but I can't taste it, I can't help you now, okay, follow me around, okay, black face, hey, follow me around, okay, Got too much up on my plate, now I can't think. I said woke up, take a X, and now I'm feeling this is it. Want the money, want the rest. I do purse, not no cess. They say, Don, it's why you sad. I said, I just need to think. Red tape, got too close, I hate the city. Black face, show you everything you need to your phone, can't hit it back. Someone said it's sad, cause I used to want it bad. I know it's in my head, keep seeing you too many times, yeah. I know it's in my head, keep seeing you. I know it's in my head. Follow me around, okay, black face, hey, follow me around, okay, got too much up on my, follow me around, okay, black face, hey, follow me around, okay, got too much up on my, follow me around, okay, black face, hey, follow me around, okay, got too much up on my, follow me around, okay, black face, hey, follow me around, okay, got too much up on my, follow me around, okay, black face, hey, follow me around, okay.
Well, Liquid have done it. At the end of the day, they put all the rounds together necessary to pick up Vertigo in the first map of this series, albeit the 100 Thieves map pick. Somehow, someway, after a magnificent lead, they falter that one. I got Harry Hugo and myself to break this one down. Now, I got an even more special treat, a little sweet one right off the top. He's been known to be a savage, or at least play with that side over in ESL. We do have Corey Simphus Friesen here on the line with us. Corey, can you hear me, bud?
Yeah, what's up, man? Can you guys hear me?
Yes, sir. It's been quite some time, Corey. What have you been doing all this time that you've been at home?
Oh, you know, quarantined right now, so not really doing much. Just kind of just staying inside, going to the grocery store, and pretty much it. Working out with some bands, which is really boring, and watching
deep con smoke should allow them to get on Cat, and as has been mollied off of that position, pushed back into B. It's not a B play though for Liquid, despite this catwalk control. They're just getting a Liege into position as they set up for an A split. Naf coming in through the ramp, but he's got a scout just to do damage to the man in CT. That is JKS. JKM, though, in the connector, and he's dropped 2 from the stairwell. Twist trading, but is it enough here for Liquid? Naf needs to get out into the site, but he can't find a line of sight with his scout. The bomb getting dropped, and the trade is there for a Liege, but again, at a cost, down to 13. Grant 9-0, looking to go one step further, but Naf puts him in the grave, breaks the flawless streak, and sets 100 Thieves up for a 2-on-2 retake. That's assuming the bomb goes down. An assumption to be made considering Azza is still here, but there's cover, and 100 Thieves would rather play this one safe and let the bomb plant be found.
Oh, deals with a Liege and might just follow up onto Naf. 4 points of health, trapped into a corner, and Azza shows no mercy over at the A bomb site. Defuse comes in, 100 Thieves going to move 5-0 up as they continue to find success over here on the CT side. Team Liquid kind of getting flashbacks here to Vertigo, which was a phenomenal start for the 100 Thieves squad, and then obviously Liquid were able to build back into it. And we're almost looking at the same list of suspects here on the Liquid side struggling, but it's a team-wide effort this time around. You know, we don't have Naf dropping 30 while the rest of the guys are missing. Something's got to give at some point, though, if Liquid do want to bounce back into this. Because I think, you know, on Vertigo, even when 100 Thieves were off to that fantastic beginning, there was still more to look at from Liquid, right? We still had things that we could see as some positive signs starting to build up. And that's not really been the case here just yet. Set smokes into the A-bomb site, just your standard set piece. That's going to smoke off stairs, jungle, and CT. And this leaves JKS out on a little island, all alone, and he gets caught. Twist is going to find him with no assistance around from anyone else. This A site now belongs to Team Liquid.
Oh yeah, Brad's gambling with smoke shots, trying to land something with the AWP, but he needs to back up because Liquid, they can pounce as soon as they hear him fire with that weapon, knowing they have a second to jump on his face, and well, he'll fall back. 5 rounds now going to be broken here for 100 Thieves as Liquid seem to convert this post plant. Gratz on the save with the AWP, and Liege, he is creeping. He's crawling down under. He wants to go where no man has gone before. That is the B apartments, as 100 Thieves are saving inside of the site. This is a really nice play from Liege. He was coming in on the con flank initially through underpass, but wasn't really needed as the kills go very well in favor of Liquid inside of A. Now it's Liege's time to take some money away from the 100 Thieves camp. Not allowed. Well, Liquid, they break the curse. They get on the board. That's the important thing. No AWPs saved here on the T side, but we've been seeing Liquid kind of, you know, lean away from T side AWPs. None on Vertigo, and yeah, not getting it now for Mirage. Obviously, money is the main problem, but in an A set piece, you don't necessarily need the AWP. You can have those rifles just scour the site, clear all the corners, and play the smokes until they fall back in the post plant. It's a great grenade. That's getting chipped down, and Naf spraying the smoke. He catches JKS too close for comfort. Liquid, they take the advantage early into round number 7.
Yeah, now trying to grab this mid control away from 100 Thieves. Azza gets a little bit caught by surprise. Stewie's even mopped up Gratisfaction. Bastion, this was a stellar little camera switch there to catch that one. Jacob going to try and offer himself up now down to the man in bottom mid. I was hoping he could have got a trade there, but it's not offered. Nitro just smokes out the window. Team Liquid playing this nice and methodical here, not leaving anything up to chance. I think that's something that Semphis did a really good job of kind of highlighting when we brought him on as our special guest in between these series. He did mention the kind of contrast between how these two teams are going to approach this map. Liquid opting for this slower, more methodical style of play, and 100 Thieves, they like to throw themselves into the chaos and play things pretty fast. In case you couldn't get that from how Vertigo kind of ended.
What I love from 100 Thieves T side of this map is just how good the B rushes are, man. Everyone knows what they're doing. Everyone knows exactly what flashes and smokes to throw. So often you'll see B rushes and it will just get slowed down, like a nade will hit you. One guy will stop to take a fight in the window. Everyone gets blocked. You don't get out the apps. No, you'll see Liaz running in with a MAC-10 first in line and just diving out through the window. And, well, that's all for later. Those B smokes not down for the time being. Liquid taking the A site and yet again converting it. 2 rounds on this T side. Another note is, in opening kills so far this map, we are 7 rounds deep. 4 of them have gone the way of Liquid. 3 of them have gone the way of 100 Thieves. So that just shows how good 100 Thieves are at coming back from these 4-on-5s. But either way, we're back into the rifle rounds.
Graz actually going to try and play around in mid here. He's done this a couple of times. Not able to land that shot. Was given an opportunity. Elise now knows that this AWP resides down in the connector. The rest of Team Liquid are outside of this B bomb site. Liaz is going to have to do a hell of a lot of work here, potentially, if they do just look to commit in towards B. And that's certainly the vibe they're giving off. However, the smoke going in, they do just elect instead to go ahead and throw a market smoke, hoping to keep these players here. They're going to go ahead and leave Stewie, 2K, and Twists up in the apartment. The rest of Team Liquid trying to grab some mid control. They haven't left their options massively open in this round, though. They have to go back through T-spawn. And what this is going to mean is that they've got to clear all these angles again. You know, they haven't had information down towards ramp for quite some time, and they've already seen that Jacob and JKS have a tendency to try and go aggressive here. So this could be left down to the wire for Team Liquid as now they look to throw this standard set piece in towards the A-bomb site with a mid-lurk. They actually only have the 1 smoke. That's going to get thrown in down towards CT. That won't cut off JKS. It looks like he might try and push ahead of it. Gratisfaction deals with the mid-play and even gets the tag onto Naf up in the apartments. This is not the start that Team Liquid wanted. Wow. Jacob chains together 2, and Naf is sent packing. Too little time and no entries found. Team Liquid, they will have to forego this round. It's going to be a 5th, or rather a 6th on the board for 100 Thieves, and they'll keep 4 alive to boot.
Yeah, that's an important factor as well, right? Getting the money intact on the CT side. Liquid found back-to-back rounds on this T side to get in to the swing of things. So 100 Thieves, they were almost broken. They were almost on eco, and Liquid, they would have completely put the money in to bed if they picked up that round. But great spray control from Jacob down on the ramp. Some nice orb shots from Grad as well in the connector, and that's going to be a round for the Aussies. 6-2. Strong lead for 100 Thieves. A slow T side for Liquid. Currently not being, not too much of a nuisance for 100 Thieves, but let's see where they go with the follow-up rifles. Deep smokes into middle, Molly in the connector. I like Liquid's mid-take. They just completely deny the control here, but Gratisfaction peaks ahead of the short position, taking down Stewie. First man into mid, first man to fall. Jacob might have to move as that Molly begins to spread, and he is pushed into the open. How has he not been taken down? Liquid finally getting that kill. Nitro's going to shoot him from the catwalk, and Liquid have at least established a 4-on-4. Making this one interesting. Double AWP for 100 Thieves, though, in this round, and Liquid, that is the last thing they are going to expect.
Gratisfaction continuing this tear. This man was molded in the fires of Mirage. Speaking of which, one burns away behind him. Not enough to keep him out of the window, though. Gratisfaction trying to have a bit more of a say in how this round shapes up. 2 kills to his name already. But always a high achiever was Gratisfaction, looking to try and overcome this A play. Twist does best Azza back towards the short side of the map. He tried to come in on this rotation and got shut down. 3-on-3 now on the back of that kill, and 2 players back here in CT, Liaz and JKS there. This smoke wait could be coupled with this flash on Naf to try and give Nitro a fighting chance. He hears the utility. Waits for the smoke to clear, and now drops the first man in. The immediate trade comes through, and that was so necessary here for 100 Thieves. JKS provides it, but he's got to go and get a couple more, and he will get one more. Twist now the last man remaining, trying to spam through this smoke. They've got to get on the bomb. JKS is sticking it, and Gratisfaction finds the kill through the smoke. A 7th round on the board for 100 Thieves, as that one comes down to the wire, but ultimately comes out in favor of the Aussies.
Grat, man, he just spams a smoke. He just gets away with it. He can't even see Twist in the connector. Great stuff. Shuey, 0-4 in opening duels so far. I mean, sometimes not always his fault, right? We saw him in, here we go, the start of this round. Cat smoke goes down, Grat peeks ahead of it, and he gets a kill right as it pops. You know, you can argue that's Stewie's mistake. He is the first man that should be going into middle. But yeah, I mean, you know, you gotta know the timings of your utility to pop in mid, so you know when it is safe to get out and about. But abusing the spawn does not work. And 100 Thieves are going to pick up a 7th here on the CT side. Liquid still with money, luckily thanks to that bomb plant. And they're going to go for another one of these set pieces over the A site. Jacob, oh, has he seen? Not quite. So close. Great angle to get damage, maybe a dink and just fall off. You don't even have to commit to the fight. Naf is being very methodical, but this is going to land under. So, oh dear, Jacob capitalizes, gets himself a Krieg, runs away as the nade goes down lower. And Liquid, they're setting up for an A take, but there's 3 players here.
Yeah, they're going to be walking into this stack. Jacob as well, close with the Krieg. This is a nightmare. And yeah, Team Liquid starting to back away. And that's because they've had Stewie up in the apartments whole time. And as we switch to him, he goes down.
Oh,
so
they've got nothing.
Yeah, now they really don't have anything to work with. Gratisfaction's even spotted the last-ditch effort of a mid play. He's going to call that the dregs of Team Liquid are out in mid. Does drop the first man as well. Nitro and Twist, 2 versus 5. This might just have to be a save. And even then, like, that's not that great here for Team Liquid. The money is going to be all over the place.
That's if they're allowed to save. Jacob doesn't want to let that happen. He's already pushed in through the ramp, cleared out A. Does free up a rotation as well. But JKS is still wary of the Palace, so it won't be moving. Now, these exits shouldn't come through. Liquid should get away with 2 guns here, but of minimal value. They're going to get a couple of thousand round the pistols, or round the rifles, rather, on the rest of their team. But yeah, this creates long-term problems where your money isn't necessarily leveled up with that of your roster. So Liquid have to eke around this, these 2 rifles, rather, unless they want a utility-less rifle round, which is an option if you want to do something fast. But with how these orbs have been problematic so far for Liquid, I don't think they'll want that. US Air Force tactical timeout first, though, for Liquid as they try and approach this next rifle round. Wow, those multi-kill rounds looking good for 100 Thieves. And yeah, as you would expect, 8-2 up. Things are going smooth sailing right now for the Aussies. I know they're not all Aussies, by the way. It's just the core. It's just easier. You know, I don't want to say Aussies, New Zealander, Norwegian, but that'll do.
That'll do, Hugo.
Thank you, Trace, from over the other side of the hill.
Yes, guys, I'm just getting some good screws.
Can you hear him, Harry? I can't hear him.
We can hear him kind of, but Trace here.
There we go. Is that better?
That's
far
so
better.
much
Thanks,
better.
Trace.
I just want to, you know, really just kind of echo that sentiment. I think you're onto something there, Hugo.
Yeah, I think so myself.
When it comes to echoing sentiments, we're looking more at exiling, I don't know, something. I tried to come up with that on the spot, and sometimes they don't work. That's just the way it goes, sadly. Jacob down here towards the sandwich. Doesn't want to make a meal out of this one, though. Will drop that smoke down towards the ramp. He's going to set up and post himself on this Palace position. In the meantime, this mid boost was attempted from Liquid over towards the short side. They were trying to, or rather...
Bye-bye.
Short side to window to try and deal with Gratisfaction, but he brings the heat to them. Jacob's caught Elige in the meantime up in the Palace. And now Stewie and Nitro, the only 2 players remaining. They are running on fumes.
The molly hits him as well, and then his movement just gets stopped. And, well, there's nothing you can do but die. Same story for Nitro in the connector. 5 alive, flawless round for 100 Thieves. And boy, oh boy, is this working wonderfully. The AWP, 17-3 on Grat. He was 9-0 at the start of the game, and he has just kept that up. So Liquid in a world of hurt, and yeah, they come back in with a rifle round, but this is the effect of the save. Nitro's not on an AWP, he is on a scout instead. Quite the difference. Not what you like to see, but Liquid, they've got to make do with what they got.
And ultimately, that's not a terrible buy, right? So let's see what they can manage. Gratisfaction waiting around in mid. Actually tags the Liege through the smoke. Of course he does. He's 17-3. I wouldn't expect any. In fact, I'm kind of underwhelmed that it's just the tag. But we've set standards high for Gratisfaction.
Oh, he's hit this shot in the past, but been smoked off in this one. Might go back towards a window. Oh, he gets stuck trying to get into that corner ahead of the smoke, and Elite will take him down. That is not the start that 100 Thieves wanted, but it's the one that Liquid needed in this round. 5-on-4. Twist walking towards the B bomb site. We've not seen many plays towards B for Liquid, and this is a great setup for 100 Thieves. As is jumping, he's baiting them in the apartments, and then there's a player on Bauk to really do the damage, but that first man has gone down. They've got to check it. They do. Liaz gets away with one, but the Krieg overwhelmed by its own family, I guess. Naf taking him down and the bomb getting planted for Liquid. A 4-on-2 with Jacob too far away. This is surely a save.
Yeah, most definitely, right? How expensive can JKS make it? Does he really even want to risk giving a Krieg away? You know, they're rare over on the CT side.
These are the Kriegs I don't think anybody's going to forget about, Harry. Trace liked it. And they will get saved for a rainy day. But right now, Liquid, hot and heavy on this T side. They found a third round. It has come a little bit late, but if there's one thing I've learned from this series already, is better late than never for Liquid. They got 13-5'd at the start of Vertigo. What felt like the end of Vertigo. Little did we know that went on to overtime where they picked it up in the first map. The pick of 100 Thieves. Now, with Liquid on their pick, this is where things should be smooth sailing. 3 rounds, and let's not count them out of the follow-up 3 either. But 100 Thieves are rolling in dough, and they will buy back in.
That's the thing, you know, if you push mid or you rush mid, you will get met by Gratisfaction. And he's been laying down the pain over in window. This round, they smoke it off. They try and deal with him. They try and say, you know what, Grat, you stay where we want you to. And this has allowed a man to slip on by a Liege, a slimy little devil. Oh, dear. This is that shot onto Jacob. That would have been a hell of an opener to find, but it doesn't quite connect. Jacob's actually gone back in for more. He took that as a challenge. He took that as a slap with the old dueling glove.
Oh, Nitro. Little does he know there's a man down mid who has no idea where he is. Jacob gives away his position, but he gets out. Nitro was throwing utility and wasn't aware. And that's how 100 Thieves get a 5-on-4. A Liege, great position in ladder, going to move to the window, but it's being watched. You see more and more teams leaning away from holding window room or holding window towards mid and instead just holding CT spawn with this boost. Jacob is watching for it as well. Liege coming around the corner and he loses his life. 5-on-3. Liquid was setting up for an A-split with the Liege coming in on a backstab. If only he waited a little bit longer for these T's to set up, because now Liquid, they've got nothing but a contact play out ramp, and JKS is sitting inside of the site.
Oh, JKS catches the timing there on the back of Jacob's flashbang, and 1 kill wasn't enough. It's 2 for JKS, 1 for Gratisfaction, because he couldn't go around without putting 1 on the board. A 10-3 scoreline now. 100 Thieves going to reach double digits as they soar towards a high-flying first half here on Mirage. Team Liquid, their time to turn this one on its head is slipping away from them. And just in general, man, everything's looking really well oiled right now for the 100 Thieves side, right? They're setting each other up so well. They seem to have such a good knowledge of when they can afford to take these gunfights onto the Liquid T side default. Gratisfaction, there's a point in and of itself. I mean,
yeah, I mean,
he's just been wrecking them over here in middle.
You know, obviously we've already said new map, new outlook, but like, yeah, it's a great point considering the amount of advantages that 100 Thieves threw away on Vertigo CT side that eventually led them to losing the game in overtime. You know, the amount of 5-on-3s was ridiculous, but they're not doing that here. They are playing safe. Jacob is stuck in the smoke. Nitro spams him down, slows his movement. Stewie has found himself inside of the connector, moving towards jungle. Molly will push Azza back. It might even kill him as he tries to escape through the fire and flames. He gets out with just 9. And Liquid, they're on the A site. All 3 players here. Naf taken out of the palace by Liaz's AWP, and JKS jumps above. He only gets damage, but Nitro's position's now been given up, and they're just going to wallbang him. Don't need to see the enemy to take him down. Stewie left alone in the clutch, but this one is doable. He's inside of a smoke in his comfortable position, and he's going to realize taking down Azza and now playing the bomb.
Yeah, they've dispatched 2 of the best detectives to deal with this smoke criminal. It's Gratisfaction and Liaz on the other side, and Gratisfaction there.
Oh my goodness, look
Nate
how
doesn't
low.
even kill him.
Look how low. What a heartbreak of a round there for Team Liquid. And what is a tragic half for them. 11-3. This has not gone well on their T side.
Yeah, we were hoping for a bit of a resurgence, a chance at the end of the half, but you know, what worries me again for Liquid is, you know, already, even if they get 4 rounds here, pistols haven't been good. Force buys certainly haven't been good. So what does that leave you with? Does that leave you with like another 13-5 that you've got to pull out of the clutches of defeat? Because you can't do that consistently. It's not easy. Credit that they did it in the previous, but this one is even more dominant. 11-3. Gratisfaction trying to make the jump in the smoke. Did he do that? No, I don't think he did. That's a hard one to hit, getting up on top of the cinder box to jump ladder, especially when you can't see where you are. But he's hanging around. You do get favored if you sit in the smoke while it fades, in terms of vision. But there'll be another one down at his feet.
Unless you're moving, in which case you're going to get killed all the time, because that's just the way it goes. See if Liquid can pick up this last round of the half. Not a whole lot of utility left to work with in this round. And somehow Elise stays alive with just his 1 flashbang. Meanwhile, you're going to get a smoke top connector. It's going to alleviate some of this pressure from the middle of Team Liquid. They could traverse now, technically go back towards Catwalk, but they've got a player in winter room in Stu, and he's going to be there, ready to shoot, taking down Gratisfaction.
Nice shot from Jacob. Important he gets away with the kill there because Elise was about to hard check him and he would have had the drop with the right eye peek. It's JKS alone on the site, and not for long. He's been put in the grave by Naf. Liquid coming alive with what could be a 4th round at the end of the half unless these 2 players can stop them.
Yeah, I don't know if I'd call it as coming alive so much as, like, you know, we got a bleep on the old heart rate monitor, but is that going to be a sign of life here for Liquid? Or is it just a one and done?
Or do we need the defibrillators?
Oh, dear.
Yeah. Oh, you're spraying through the smoke. You do hate to see that if you're Azza.
Liaz was trying to go through as well. Oh, my word. It's death by 1,000 cuts there for 100 Thieves. It's a 4th round for Liquid as well at the end of this first half. This one's heating up. It's gone kind of the same way as Vertigo, but will it have the same outcome, or will we go to a 3rd map? Join us after a quick break to find out.
Step out as a motivator, let them know that the weight's up. That's how we know when we level up. Hey, that's how we know when we level up.
Level up. All we know about is level up. Are we ready not to level up? You know we fall and we get up. Level up. All we know about is level up. Are we ready not to level up? It's time, get up.
Back against the wall, still I'm standing tall. Know about the ball, I got my fan with me. All we know is ball to empty out the mouths. The chosen one they call, I take my fan with me. Know about it if you tell, know you're breaking codes. What your credibility and all fall like dominoes. Can you really take a stance? All I wanna know. Need me real ones when it's time to go. Stepping in, elevator. Listen to all the haters. That's all we know when we level up. Yeah, that's all we know when we level up.
Level up. All we know about is level up. Are we ready not to level up? You know we fall and we get up. Level up. All we know about is level up. Are we ready not to level up? It's
Take a dive before you dry off. It's the only way to live. You can't be without it, baby. Yeah, I know. Yeah, I know.
We're back on Mirage, and what was a terrible first half showing there from the side of Liquid. 11-4 on their T side does not give them that foot up they were looking for in a series that ultimately found them picking up the first map in OT. And now they could have closed this here on Mirage. Now, it just all depends what it comes down to. Just saying that Gratisfaction sits 21-5 is an understatement. He's currently also at 141 ADR. He's tearing it up.
Yeah, putting the action back in Gratisfaction is that man. The GG bet odds come on in, and they've still got this one pretty in favor of Team Liquid. Interesting, considering the scoreline right now.
I mean, it's second map, Dust 2 being our third if we get there, but let's not count Liquid out before they have a try at the pistol. Twist trying to tap down the players as they emerge through the ramp. 100 Thieves very deep. Look at the Molotov. It's allowed them to get close towards jungle, and Liquid don't know it because they've been mollied off. Now they have to hold passive lines.
What is this?
Stewie, oh God, he's going to walk into this. That is his life gone. DKm is above. He's going to go in for more. Oh my God, it's a mess. It's a massacre, and it will trade back for Liquid.
Still a chance in this round in a 3v3. Kid on NAF. Twist already working his way into the site. Not waiting on his teammates, so to say, but he will be going in regardless. Ooh. First shot hit by him. Gratisfaction, the first casualty in this retake. They're going to tap the bomb and maybe even stick it. NAF is going to stay on it. They're going to go for the full defuse here, and they're going to get it with ease. Azza left alive. Oh. No way to stop the defuse in a first round here for Liquid. This is absolutely sensational.
Yeah, that's a great round for Liquid, though. That's really set them up to come back. I like the idea from 100 Thieves, the deep Molotov, which allows them to double boost. But yeah, Liquid be able to fall back into passive lines. 100 Thieves try and chase them down, and that's going to be a Liquid round on the retake. Force buy for 100 Thieves. They've got the round buffer to justify it. A couple of Kriegs coming through. But as you know, Liquid did this on the T side of Vertigo. We brought note to the dangers of giving these guns over in round number 2. So that is always looming over. That is always the recurring nightmare. A flash towards ramp. Twist gets aggressive. It's perfect, but Azza does get away with the kill. JKS, sorry, doubling, tripling on this A site. The flash assist from Azza absolutely sends them packing. And those double Kriegs, well, only one of them needed. It will do everything and more.
100 Thieves, man, they love the Krieg. If I'm Team Liquid and I'm playing CT side and I fight, oh sorry, I'm playing T side and I find myself losing that pistol, I am not force buying these Kriegs anymore, right? Because I feel like that's been such a reason why we've seen 100 Thieves just pulling ahead time and time again. And in this round, they deliver once more. 3 kills from JKS with it, a 12th on the board, and an instant take back there from 100 Thieves. An MP9 and an M4 getting saved is anything but ideal here for Team Liquid heading into what you imagine is going to be a force buy in this following round. But I mean, even, yeah, they got to go for it because they only get the $1,400, right? That's the downside of losing that anti-eco or anti-force buy in this situation. And so the money just isn't going to be there, right? You kind of need to be floating around that $2,000 mark. Even then, I think you would want more money, right? Just to make sure you have everything coming into this buy round. So they've got to invest. They've got to throw something up behind this buy. This could be a pretty short second half for Liquid if it doesn't give at least some semi-decent results here in this round.
Oh, fast underpass drop. That was not spotted by 100 Thieves. So Elige is, in a sense, behind enemy lines, but will the enemies be finding him as they walk back down middle? Gratisfaction smoking off connector. Knows how favorable that fight was for him as a CT, so doesn't want to give the advantage away or any opportunities here for Liquid. Con will be covered. Elige coming out from lower, perfectly timed, and with a grenade, he will do damage. Stewie finishes off the job. Elige, he's trapped in the corner, and he's somehow still fighting, getting away with a second kill, running into the crossfire, the bullet storm of Gratisfaction, and now Liquid a man up and a chance on this force buy round.
Trying to run it back, if you will. They're going to drop the bomb. It's Snaf with 2 before he's taken out and traded by JKS. Just the Savage all on his own, 1v3. Good recovery here from Liquid so far, unless they don't win this somehow. 3v1.
Yeah, they'll mop that one up. But as we were saying, this was a very, very important round for Liquid. Even though they come into it with the 4 spy, and it's still the 3rd round of the second half, they don't really have any rounds to play around with. And so that's huge, especially as well. It comes from ElTC, someone who looked good back on Vertigo, someone who's been looking all right for Liquid thus far in the Pro League as well, and a man who often delivers huge performances. He was off to a really, really rough start here on Mirage, so him maybe finding his footing a bit now over on this CT half.
Liaz also came into this half with 4 deaths on the other side of things, so just it shows how dominant that CT side was for 100 Thieves. No need to fall, but they might now have the choice in the second half with Liquid on the defense. Twist is spotting ramp. ElTC is under the balcony. A grenade finds nothing. But it is going to be an A-side smoke execute here for 100 Thieves.
Sure is. ElTC's going to have to answer the call, and he's not alone. Twist playing from Ticket. Good utility usage here by 100 Thieves to try to get out on the bomb site. Not using Molotov underneath the Balk will prove to be a little bit of an error. Gratisfaction is there to sort of even it up as it stands, but only 3 members alive for 100 Thieves trying to get this bomb.
Oh, ElTC, he's ducking below a player. Liaz is right above him, and ElTC just got the drop on him instead. Bomb dropped, and the round lost by 100 Thieves as they get absolutely aim-jeweled out of a ramp. Liquid having so many players on that A site. Fast rotations coming in from Stewie to assist, and 7 rounds on the CT side. Do not count Liquid out of pulling this comeback. They've done it before. They can do it again. And it's their map pick, most importantly. 100 Thieves, their money is broken. As we're on a single flashbang, we're just going to see a fast play. Likely out of the Palace. Liquid tried this on the T side with Glocks. It's good for getting a kill in a bomb plant. You just got to kill that CT player or under Balk player, and you can typically plant just default and get away with $800 free. So that's the attempt. That's the game plan as they run into the A site. The Twist wants to put up a bit of a fight.
Oh, style points for Twist there. And now, just as he's been able to get his little hands on a Krieg, but they are closing in from all sides. Where does he look? Where does he even begin to look there? Dover in the connector. An 8th round on the board for Team Liquid. They can very much turn this one around now. They take 3 in a row on the back of winning those 4 spy wars out. That 3rd round was the all-important one for Team Liquid. And since then, everything's been coming up in their favor. But now we have a buy-in from the 100 Thieves. Gratisfaction right now, weighted as being 96 of those Thieves, is fragging the hell out. He's going to have to deliver one sick performance here in the second half to keep them in it.
And no AWP though, still on that Craig. And Stewie, he's got himself one of those.
Can we start the Craig rebranding? Because I think it's about time. We started calling it that in our MM games.
I wonder what Mr. Craig Levine would have to say about that.
Let's get him on, special guest.
Yeah. Maybe. You know what? Actually, that's a great idea. I'm going to see if I can pull that one. Doubt it. Don't hold your breath, but there's a chance.
We're waiting on Rihanna first, Trace. That's at least someone you've got the contact of.
Now, speaking of contact, if Jacob doesn't find any soon, this is going to not go well. He's going to probably elect to hide out. This has not gone well at all for the Thieves. And while we have a little bit of time on our hands here with Jacob, it's probably the best time I tell you, daylight savings time starts tonight. Just past midnight at 0200 hours. That's 2 a.m. in Germany. Yes, that is at least here in Germany. Good luck with that. We've all lost an hour, and so has Jacob lost a round.
Yeah, we might be about to gain an hour back, though, if Liquid managed to turn this around and make it a 2-0. It's 9-12, and this comeback is in full swing. 3 rounds between them and 100 Thieves. This surely cannot be another game where 100 Thieves, they came... I was just... Wow, man, we're on the same page. I was about to say, they were 13-5 up over on Vertigo. They're 12-5 up here on Mirage. And now that scoreline reads 12-9. Liquid, they might not even need an overtime here. Getting it done in relegation, as Semphis would say.
Yeah, I picked up on that as well. Ben's in your head, mate. He's one step ahead.
He actually is. And, you know, that makes a lot of sense. A pretty bright mind within the UK CS scene over there.
We need as many as we can get right now.
I'm really pulling the average down. But, you know, I do what I can when I can. 100 Thieves, what can they do? And when can they do it? They've only got the partial investment in this round now. Gratisfaction with his Glock out.
And on the other side of things, Liquid, you know, what do they know? Do they know things? Let's find out as they get into another anti-eco. It's pistols here for 100 Thieves, creeping and crawling through the connector, or at least underpass. Connector is the object of their desires. Smoked right now. Elige, that's going to fade. He can fight if he wants. He's got utility just to burden them. It's a stalemate.
That it is. Frozen in time almost.
Liquid leaning really heavy towards B. They know that the money's low, and as a result, 100 Thieves might just try and cheese a B rush. And so the fact that they've only spotted a couple of players means that, yeah, they're not sure. But that peek from Suey, he sees the bomb. That's really big info. That's why he's throwing down the ramp smoke. He knows they might be setting up for an A split with a bomb in the connector. Elige gives up window, lets them boost, because at this point, what can you really do with that control?
This is something they do time and time again. We'll probably highlight it here in a second. But yeah, they're going to have that option to flex back towards A. Usually when they get the window player boosted, they kind of wrap onto B. But in this notion, they're going to try to walk as far as they can, making a contact play into the A site. Bomb still in tow. And should things go awry, there's still a chance for him to run the other way. However, into the grinder they go. Stewie K and Twist teaming up for 3, making it 4 and 5. Twist is getting it done. You see a 10th on the board for Liquid.
Twist's 4K there is a perfect example of why you want splits when you go, you know, obviously that was an eco, so it doesn't really matter, but why you want splits when you go for these A plays. They did have a man in the Palace, but not having anyone on the ramp just gives Twist such great cover to swivel out, to fight Palace, to peek stairs, and to stop the bomb on the site. Just jiggling and wiggling and finding a 10th round for Liquid. This comeback is being put together as we expected.
Jiggles, wiggles, more importantly, all the giggles. All the Omega giggles. I don't even know if that's a thing, but here we are. We're going to find out if that exists here in a second. Moreover, this is a good round for 100 Thieves to take their foot and put it down, to stop this comeback that Liquid's having.
Yeah, just plant their toes in the dirt, water it, bit of sunlight, bit of H2O.
Thought you were going to go with an Incubus reference, but you didn't. And then I realized probably a little bit older school. So.
Yeah, I was going to say, I don't even know what that is, so miss me there, Trace.
Don't you miss me? Take a look at this round, Hugo.
Jacob is on stats.
He is indeed, and now he's been naded down. He might just have to get off for these stairs as quickly as he arrived. He's able to deal with Nitro over in jungle. That's actually a huge kill for them to find. Twist is getting wallbang, tries to get himself up and over, and now he exists up on top of the scaffolding. Naf lights them up, and even he survives with the smoke.
Run it back. Give us the replay. That was nicely done. Naf making it look stylish inside of the A bomb site.
That wasn't nice at all. That was nasty, Trace. Jumping up on top of the box, dropping 2, surviving the Molotov, just style.
Yeah, that's one nasty ass dude right there.
Hey, man, they should call him that.
Yeah, you know what? That kind of sticks.
Yeah, let's take that. Let's run with it. And Liquid, they're running with the win. I want to see this B rush. Yeah, here it is. Here it is. Okay, so we're going to see the wall of smokes. It's a common one for 100 Thieves. They often throw those 2 short side smokes, the McDonald's smokes, as they set up towards B, but they're not committing with everyone. It's one man, Liaz, throwing in his grenades. Elige just dropped Azra as they push towards top mid, and that's a bomb as well. He was lining up utility, not the time to die if you're 100 Thieves, and this round has gone kaput.
Yeah, it really has. And on top of that, right, you see them lining up the utility. You already kind of get a good read as to what this round was going to be. You know, you see the armaments, you see where the nades were meant to go. And they'll get thrown in now. It is that wall of smokes that you talk about, combined with the third coupling up down here in the market. That's going to cut off Naf's line of sight. Does he even need vision, though, to deal with these players? Nitro and Naf combining inside of the bomb site. Maybe not combining. Maybe they've been torn apart from one another. Nitro will fare far better. JKS takes one to the grave with him. But this is a grave scenario now for 100 Thieves. 12-12, all tied up. Team Liquid, they might be about to do it again with the reverse sweep here on Mirage.
The 7 in a row from Liquid. 12-5 the scoreline was, and for those that missed Vertigo, it was 13-5 to 100 Thieves. They eventually lost that game in overtime. Well, Liquid, they don't want overtime. They might just get it in regulation this time. As the AWP is out for Gratisfaction. He's going to have to take on Stewie, who is coming to his own in the CT side. Playing in the window this time. We've seen him on ticket more often than not. Jacob, big kill. Naf going wide in middle on the catwalk, going down and giving a chance, giving an advantage here to 100 Thieves. The Liege might get spotted. I think he has been, but the B-Rush is coming in the meantime. We can't focus on that. We've got to focus on the site. Liege gets that kill. Trey comes through. The entries into B are successful, and while the kills have come through in favor of Liquid in middle, they've lost B, and they've got to set up for a retake again.
Yeah, Stewie and Twist, the two in the hot seat. They now know that a man lies here. It's short, and JKS tagged. Molly comes in. Twist has been lost in the meantime. It is only Stewie, and he just wants to hold on to the AWP. A 13th round on the board now for 100 Thieves. This B play gives them the results they were hoping for.
Ooh, playing with fire, Stewie. And smoke. They're spamming the wall, but they will stop, and he... Surely he doesn't go through this, right? You want to save the Krieg. It's not like it's an AWP and you have 10k. Keep it on for a rainy day. Oh dear, very close. Not quite. Points for trying, but that's about it. 13 rounds for 100 Thieves. One of those B plays does work out this time. They trial run it in the eco round, and while that gets torn apart, it's the buy round that is a little bit more successful, especially with their lurk in middle, buying a lot of time on rotation. But Liquid, that's the first round they've foregone in 7. So are they going to make a statement?
Well, already we're seeing some B utility get thrown in from Liaz. He's trying to keep Team Liquid antsy over towards this B bomb site. He knows they're going to be a little bit worried about it. It's the only point of vulnerability that 100 Thieves have really been able to pinpoint thus far. It's only kept one man near, though. Naf is over towards Catwalk right now, and he's actually playing in the ladder room. He's available for a pretty fast rotation here on the Team Liquid side. 100 Thieves not given any of these fights early on. But that's not the end of the world. You know, they would have come into this round with a game plan. They would have waited to see if Team Liquid do anything, you know, try and push and prod the extremities of any of these important positions like mid or ramp. And then if those frags don't come in, well, then that's when you go back to what you outlined in the beginning of this round. Azza will go ahead and get one before he's dealt with by Stewie, and Stewie might just have the read on this. They only saw one man exiting A on the back of those smokes. Stewie is one step ahead. Naf even spots both of these players and lets them go by just to buy that much more time and leave his position unnoticed. Hope that he could chain together a couple, and he deals with both short side players there. Stewie dropping another. Gratisfaction. 2 fantastic shots, but it's not enough for the round. 3 kills from Stewie, and a 13th on the board for Liquid.
Are they doing it, Hugo?
Yeah,
I
think they are, Trace. I think it's happening. I think 100 Thieves, you know, I'd love to hear what they have to say about this. You know, next time we get an interview with one of the boys, a chance to explain just the mental side of losing a game like this. Not that it's lost, of course. They're not thinking that. It's 13-13. It's still anyone's matchup. But given the context of how close this is, considering how far in advantage it was for 100 Thieves, it's getting a little worrying. Molly in mid is going to force Grat back out, but he's got a smoke to slink behind. And it especially sucks considering Grat has had such a great game and series as well.
Oh, yeah. I mean, 27-14 currently.
Yeah.
This guy was on fire from the first half. Again, as the story's told, we do see a window boost here from the side of the 100 Thieves.
Double up. 2 for the price of 1. And Stewie, he's not about discounts. He will take that man out. But not expecting the second, and that could be everything for Jacob. He could flank B off the back of this.
Look at that. That's grimy. Doubled up in the window.
Oh, and Stewie's just missed it.
Oh, my goodness. Yeah, this does lead you to believe it's going to be a little bit of a B play here. They're going to be isolating Nitro towards jail. Jacob's going to be coming in from market now. Gets this first kill. I say that he doesn't.
this is something that Jacob is just so good at, right? He is phenomenal on these big brain mid lurks. Oh, maybe there's a chance. Okay, they get the 3-on-3. They catch JKS trying to cross back, and there's another from Stewie. Can he offer up any more? Man advantage now lies with Liquid, and this pace is getting picked up. Gratisfaction tries to hold the line, but now it falls down to the 1v1, and it's the 3Ks on either side. Jacob with 4, and a 14th round for 100 Thieves. They'll take the lead in round 27. Now moving into the next, we're drawing to the close of regulation here, and will it be another overtime affair, or can 100 Thieves get us to this third map?
Oh, what a try from Stewie, man. White hits the shot, follows up, and he even tries to chase down Jacob here. You know, the time was ticked, but maybe not that far ticked, you know? When you're feeling it, sometimes you got to do it. But that's such a close round. And Stewie, he tries his damnedest. It's just not enough in this one. 14 rounds, like you say, Harry. 100 Thieves. Just want that magic number 15. Guarantee the extra rounds at a bare minimum. Again, it's a smoking window, but you know Liquid are not taking their eyes off this one this time. After double window boost in the previous round, nets 100 Thieves a B flank. Stewie is waiting in the smoke as well. His natural habitat. He's going to try and find a kill as it fades. He spots 2, and the info's enough. He knows they're watching him. He doesn't want to go back in for a fight against the Kriegs, especially not in a 5-on-5, giving away potentially the first kill of the round.
Yeah, not only that, right? That's forced the re-smoke in from 100 Thieves, so they baited out that much more utility. Now, admittedly, they were going to try and split B anyway by the looks of things. Gratisfaction taking the first man out of the equation. Stewie lines up a lot of damage, but only 1 kill to his name. Man advantage taken for 100 Thieves now as they plow into this B site once again. Azza is still waiting in connector. He does this so much over on these T sides where he just hangs around in con and tries to come in on these late lurks, but that relies pretty heavily on these boys getting into the site in one piece. They denied the plant. They bought time. Twists emerging on the wraparound. And Azza, the man who was left to try and cut off these rotations, wasn't able to do that. Now he's left to try and clutch the round. 10 seconds, tick it away. Azza gets the first. Twist is left. He's getting burnt down by the Molotov, but Twist gets the kill just in the nick of time. Wow. It's 14-14. And we're all tied up again.
That we are, Harry. Thank you so much. It looks like we're going into a U.S. Air Force tactical timeout, so I figured I'd take a second to explain to you guys what's going on here. We got smokes popping in the window room. Now, this is a trademark move almost here for the 100 Thieves. As you can tell, they boosted 2 up in the window room. Jacob's going to be the one that moves forward and stays alive after they take the first kill. Now, Stewie did play in anticipation for this. He posted with the op, got the first kill, and that led him to lead all the way back over there towards the A site. As he's moving through, Jacob pushes through and gives himself some space here to create an opening in the B bomb site. They isolate Nitro, and ultimately, the rest of the 100 Thieves can get out and take B.
Yeah, thank you very much, Trace. I love having you in to throw these in every now and again. That's Trace Stunner Saranthus. S-T-U-N-N-A. For North America, baby. 14 all tied up. And look at this investment. 100 Thieves, they've gone for it. Double Krieg again. It was enough to secure them that second round in the early Force Buy wars of this second half.
You can barely tell which team's forcing at this point. You know, with everyone dying almost in the last round.
Everyone did die.
Yeah, Liquid, their money ain't great. Leads with a 1 M4 to play with, sitting inside of the site. He's got Twist to support. Oh, the flash is good, and Twist goes in. Stewie setting up his team for success, and they are taking it by the horns. Stewie, last man on this site to deal with. Azza down to 30, giving away his position. No armor, no problem for Stewie. Liquid's going to take 15. That is regulation locked and loaded, and overtime on the cards, or a 2-0.
There is a chance. Look at that.
Yeah, he's already had a turnaround. I remember in the first half, he was getting taken down by Gratz Orp in mid, just constantly getting picked up, losing advantages.
It's exactly the same story from Vertigo, though. Yeah. This has just been a series of Stewie going from 0 to hero in the server. Mach 10, B Rush.
Renegade, 100 Thieves love this rather, sorry.
Let's go. Let's see what they can do. SMG on Nitro to try and respond, and he's got support inside of this bomb site from old mate Naf down towards bench. Some call it jail, and that's where he's sending these Thieves. 3 kills from him. Azza in the 1v3. A lot of work to do and not much to get it done with. He's getting whittled down. Looking for anything, any sort of mistake. Liquid aren't offering anything up though, and they're gonna take this series. We go the full 30 rounds here on Mirage, overtime back on Vertigo, but Liquid managed to get it done. The reverse sweep on both maps to take the 2-0. Join us after a quick break. We're gonna try and break this one down.
Had a vision, stuck to it, never back down. Never had much, now we own the whole thing. Spread it all around the world, watch it all change. Came alive, now they all see the greatness. Light shine so hard they can't take it.
Dancing with my fear, burning with desire. We gon' take it to the edge and come alive. Go to hell and back just to feel the fire. We gon' turn up in this place and come alive.
Fly so high they can't touch us. So top notch, none above us. We the kings.